Welcome to the Spit Bucket Hotel Party.
Thanks for joining us.
Alan, before we start, if I was at your house and as a goof, I went to fart, but it ended up me shitting myself, would you let me borrow some of your panties?
As a friend, I'm kind of forced to.
Would you want them back?
No. That's all you.
Are we a brief, a boxer, or a boxer brief type of boy? Boys, go ahead. Discuss.
Discuss amongst
Boxer
yourself.
briefs.
Briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Okay.
I've got a couple of each kind, so.
Oh, yeah?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
Yeah,
What?
depends on how the lawn's looking. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, for sure. What if you're just going to work for the day?
Just some regular old boxers.
Okay, I'm regular boxers. And then if I want to spice things up, I have My Hero Academia briefs.
I bought those.
Boxer briefs? Yeah.
Boxer briefs. They're nice and short. I bought those as a gift to myself.
Yep, that's for when I go plus ultra. But
They're really cute, but he never wears them.
I don't, because I feel uncomfortable in them. I got too much schlong that I'm swinging around. That's not true at all.
I can confirm.
True.
That's not true.
I've seen it. It's very true.
All right, well, we're going to release a photo book soon.
And
So
for those of you that are interested in seeing it, hit me up.
Seeing what? The photo book?
Your cock and balls.
Okay, I will also send you pictures. If you send Mario pictures of your balloon knot. Ball pics only.
I like it.
All right, welcome to the Spit Bucket, everyone. My name's Omar, and joining me at the table, we have a crew of slim, thick boys. All right.
Alan looked like he had to think about that one.
Whenever he says something sexual like that, I try not to look him in the eye.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I try not to.
Does
Sorry.
it make you feel tingly inside?
It makes me feel something. I don't know.
I don't know. Tingling's
I'll
the
take
right
it.
option.
I'll take it.
I don't feel like I want to explore it though. That's why I don't look at it.
Sorry, well, we're still getting off the heat from episode 69 last week.
Oh, yeah.
So if you guys haven't listened to that, fuck this episode. Turn it off. Call your mom. Tell her to not get a hold of you for a couple days because you're going to be listening to that episode on repeat.
Is there anything worse than, watching certain form of content and then seeing, a loved one's name pop up saying, a text?
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
No, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Oh,
You're talking about when you get interrupted by a phone call or a text? The
Yeah.
video stops playing?
Yeah.
That does get a little annoying.
Or just seeing, the notification, come down on the screen while, they're...
No, it does not bother me.
no?
I'm going to keep going. I told Omar earlier, if I'm watching something and someone calls me, I'm going to keep going. Probably not to climax point, but I need to keep my boner up. So I'll be like, hello, and just kind of low-key yanking it.
It's going to be too hard to get it going again. Mm-hmm. So you got to just keep it while it's
I lose
there.
my boners really fast.
Me too.
And I attribute that to having a small penis.
What the fuck were we talking about?
Intros.
Oh, yeah. Joining me at the table is Mario.
Hello.
What better way to introduce yourself than with that?
Probably not expose myself so much. But you know what? If I just get it out there, then no one can make fun of me.
That's
You gotta own
true. You gotta beat them to it.
The thing is that no one would have known unless you said it.
I feel like one day my images are going to leak and they're going to be gross. And I'd be like, I told you.
I've been telling you.
Oh, man. It was funny. No, I can't spoil it. But listen to last week's episode. There's a moment where we talk about it that's so fucking funny. Where Stephanie's on the show with us. So again, this whole episode is just promoting the episode that you should have already listened to.
It's good,
Pretty
man.
much. I learned a lot about my friends that day.
Also, at the table, making his return, Goose.
Hello. Omar, why did you rush me here? I was enjoying myself.
Doing what?
My clothes are still wet.
The ones you're wearing right now?
Yeah, I was doing laundry today, and Omar was like, Alan, if you don't come, I'm kicking you off the show. So like, please, Omar, don't do that. So I
Hold on.
rushed.
No,
I rushed
Papa,
all the way
please.
over here.
Why do you smell like vinegar?
I don't know.
That's how he washes his clothes. Just vinegar. It was a joke.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It didn't land. No one got it.
Rip.
I feel like that was a reference to something. Is it?
Oh, it was a reference to something.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't fucking get it.
Sorry.
Everyone's too young.
Yeah, Mario, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
man, Mario.
I've just been dating myself these past few days.
All right. And also at the table, hitting us with that 1-2. She's the Tyson,
young one.
the Tyson Fury of the Spit Bucket. Is Jam Ginto.
I'll lick your fucking neck.
That's why.
Hell yeah.
But normally what we do on the Spit Bucket is we don't read fan fiction about each other or write it. We talk about the goddamn news. And
Normally.
Normally. All right, and I got a story for us. For some reason, I keep finding animal news. I can't get away from it. But for me, that's the best kind of news. Mm-hmm. So I got a story coming from Kansas. A man finds a 6-foot snake in his couch while digging through his cushions for his keys.
No, thank you.
Maybe I just put this together. Is that in Florida?
No, it's Kansas.
Kansas? Oh.
Kansas, Florida, right?
Yeah. It's like China, Illinois. So a Kansas fire chief removed this boa constrictor that was at least 6 feet long that was found under this man's couch cushions. I remember that house that I used to live in before. I'm not going to say where it was. But every couple summers, we would just get like overrun by snakes. So we would be playing outside and then you'd just see something slithering by your leg. But I never had a snake in the house.
I don't like that at all.
In Mexico as a kid, I was swimming in a river and, it was pretty clear, like shallow water. I turned to look and there's red, yellow, and black striped snake snipping right next to me. I'm like, I could have died. Sorry. What do you want me to do? Do you want me off the show?
Honestly, I would vote for more mouth pops.
Thank you.
That's more to edit.
Just don't edit them out.
Or just
Make everyone's
have
ears
them
pop.
all like edited into one quick one. You know what I mean?
Since I'm writing this new album, and I'm going to take the pops that you keep making,
You know, sample them.
I'm going to sample them.
Please?
That's the only place where they should be.
Man, you don't love me.
How sweet would that be if you made a song for her with those snaps, like for her birthday?
A fart as the kick drum. Whatever big gwumps.
Man, I'm being bullied.
Have you guys ever run across a snake in the wild?
Yeah, a couple times.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
You were a Boy Scout, weren't you? I would assume you would.
All right, bro?
No, I was actually closer to a bear than I've ever been to like a dangerous snake.
Really?
Yeah,
And,
I'm
I,
right here.
I saw a big old moose in Colorado when I was hiking. Mooses are big.
Aren't they like 7 feet tall?
Big. Yeah, they're some big. They're big boys.
You're supposed to
Moose
stay
eye.
away from them, right?
Yeah, they're pretty. What's the word for it?
Strangers. Strange and
territorial?
dangerous.
No, it's seclusive, something like that. They like to
Be alone.
be alone.
Like
you know?
Bigfoot.
I guess, yeah, like Bigfoot. But he also travels through dimensions according to Bigfoot lore. So no, but I did see it was like a black, red, and yellow snake. But there's a rhyme that I don't know.
Red and yellow, you're a dead fellow. Green and shit. No, green has nothing to do with it. Green and black. Fuck.
Wow.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a Boy Scout. I know more about Bigfoot than I know about snakes.
Point is, I was scared.
There was one time where I almost ran over one on my bike. The thing is that I watched a lot of like Steve Irwin-y type shows as a kid. So as like an 8-year-old kid, I'm like, I can handle that snake. And I almost did.
Oh, well, in 6th grade, my bus stop was right above, like in Rockford, there's a lot of ditches that just collect rainwater. It's these big ass fucking things. And I had a drawstring backpack at the time. And I had my DS in there and like a couple notebooks, kid shit. Close it up. I turned my back for some reason. The bag fell into the ditch. There was no water though. So I'm like, well, I've climbed this ditch millions of times before. I'm just going to go down there, grab it. Hopefully my DS isn't broken. I go down there, put my backpack on, and I try to get a running start to go up the cement part of the ditch. And my hands meet where the cement ends and the grass and like the dirt start. I put my hand in and it's just a nest of little garter snakes. And I let that shit fucking go and I slide and I land on my ass. And then some other kids got to the bus stop too and I don't think they were laughing, they were just more concerned at what I was doing.
I mean, I would be too. And then they saw the snakes.
I managed to get up and I went to school just fine.
Yeah? How was your DS?
Oh, it was good actually. Thank God.
Was it the first generation DS?
It was the DSi.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was one of those.
Yeah.
You were one of those kids.
I bought that shit at Kmart.
Did you guys ever have like a CD player in the bus, but you would sit in the back because you were cool, and then you'd hit all the bumps and your CDs would just...
My Rebelde CD. Yeah.
Now I would hold mine up so like the bumps wouldn't affect it. So I would ride my bus in like this.
I wasn't that smart. My John Cena CD kept scratching. Alright, so the fire chief removed the snake, which was identified as a red-tailed boa constrictor, from the couch. I messed with him a little bit and took my gloves off. You can handle him real easy. He was very gentle, very docile. Lin, the fuck is his name? L-I-N-O-T.
Illinois.
Illinois?
Linoy.
Maybe it's
Linnet.
French.
But here is that snake that the man handled out of the couch. It was hiding in his. It was sewn into his couch.
He pulled the Danny DeVito.
Yeah, it was just as slippery as Danny
Damn,
DeVito.
dog.
He just looks like a guy who would handle snakes, though.
And he does have a mustache. So, Alan, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Now that you've grown a mustache, we were talking about
A
Billy
hobby?
the Exterminator. We were talking about Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Thanks, guys.
So we need to get you one of these kind of hobby/jobs. Now that you have a mustache, what is that going to be? You need something kind of like eccentric.
Punching bees. That'd be badass.
I'm very bee friendly. I will say that.
Okay, how about Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, fuck wasp.
What about you hunt down foxes and give them little bow ties, and that's your job?
There's a lot of bunnies in my neighborhood.
Cute.
I might just wrangle them up, I guess. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Goose Mendoza, bunny wrangler.
Hell yeah.
That's the name of the
That
episode.
shit's hot, dude.
But that's pretty much it. Clearly, someone's pets. The guy whose couch the snake was sewn into said, "I prefer dogs."
What a gentleman.
I just want to read the headline. I'm not going to read this story. It's kind of related to that on the same page. So, pillowcases full of snakes keep getting dumped outside of a UK fire station. You know how people leave their babies outside a fire station? Someone's doing that, but with pillowcases full of snakes.
That's fucked.
And in multiples.
Yeah. So we need you to do something like that, but with those rabbits.
Sure.
Just
Have you-
I'll start a pilot. I'll see what happens.
Damn, let's do that. I got a GoPro. Let's make it work. That could be on What's that show that Lizard Lick Toe was on? Well, or the station, I mean.
True TV.
True TV. We can get you on True TV. Can you wear eyeliner? Would you be opposed to wearing?
Can your job be to pick up all those bloated fish corpses from the lake?
Like Michigan?
Yeah. Because have you seen how big those fish get? And they're just really bloated and their scales are coming off.
I haven't.
Your job should be to get those, have like a service where you could just drop those off at people's doorstep.
You make them into necklaces
No.
with fish bones.
No, that's not the business.
All right, we got to sort this up. But I will say you probably will need to wear eyeliner.
All right.
I got you
As
with
long
that
as I
waterproof eyeliner.
As long as I can wear the leather fingerless gloves, I'll be fine.
I like that.
Make sure I have a camera focus on those at all times. At all times. Yeah.
We're gonna, it's gonna be a 2-camera
Finger cam.
Yeah, there's gonna just be 2 camera shots. Alan, the fish, and just the gloves on one.
POV, pretend you're Ellen's hands.
All right, that's all I got for us. Who's got another story?
I got one. It's a little spooky.
Are we doing a spooky bucket? I really, for this Halloween, when we do another spooky episode, I would like to actually make a spooky either series or like video, but we should go to somewhere haunted, like somewhere actually haunted.
I'm down.
I'm not.
We're gonna do a seance.
Fuck no. Are
You're
you
in.
serious?
Yes!
Fuck that.
I'm already haunted by all my demons. I told them yesterday how I've been seeing a lot of like apparitions lately.
Really?
So I'm down. What else do I gotta lose, you know?
Let's find a hotel that's legitimately haunted and go stay there for a night.
If you pay for me, I'll go.
The Drake Hotel. Let's go to the
The
Drake.
Drake, there's the one in Milwaukee. There's a castle in Ohio.
I was kidding. Never mind. I don't want to do this.
If you guys do that, I'll be in the surveillance van outside.
Yeah. Me and Alan will be like the Ghostbusters.
No, Mario, you're in it.
Y'all some pussies, dude.
Yes, dude. I don't fuck with demons or black magic.
Man, my mom used to not want me to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because she thought it was black magic.
El demonio, dude.
Dark Magician didn't help me in that situation.
Okay, Lockport family says mysterious voices, music come from house's walls. Local radio station maybe source.
Maybe. Not confirmed.
In Lockport, Illinois, a family says strange sounds, including music and talk radio, have been coming out from in their walls and keeping them up at night off and on for about 6 years.
6 years? Maybe it's like the Cinderella mice who's like sing inside her walls. Maybe they should call Alan. Goose Mendoza. Bunny Wrangler.
There are voices in the wall, and I don't know what it is, 9-year-old Brianna Smith said. Sounds like an episode off of the show Stranger Things, but the mysterious sounds Brianna's hearing are real. It's been waking me up at night. The sounds are coming from the bedroom walls of her home in the middle of the night. Hold on, this is like super redundant. This is from ABC, so I thought this would be a better...
Betterly written.
Yeah. The father said the family doesn't have any speakers in their walls. He captured some of the late night noise on his phone and sent it to ABC7. The music was faint, but the I-team could hear it. It was one of our favorite songs, but not at 10 o'clock at night, Richard said.
It was Party in the USA by, what's her name?
Miley Cyrus.
Richard Smith called Lockport police, who took 2 detailed reports on the bizarre problem. And one, the officer noted the voices and music were talking about Christ. Then the officer said he heard a commercial for the Christian radio station AM 1160.
That is spooky.
Yeah, and in the I watched the video. It's kind of long. But I could kind of show you guys where he cut a hole in the drywall to see like where the fuck all this noise is coming from.
That's a big asshole.
Yeah, like he was like looking into his walls, and I guess there's like 6 radio station like towers, and they believe that somehow like all their
metal, wiring or something.
Yeah, is picking it up, projecting it in their house.
That's pretty dope. They should turn that house into a museum.
That sounds like some Junji Ito shit.
Right?
Yeah.
It honestly does, dude.
The thing, you said that girl was 9 years old? Mm-hmm. So she's been hearing these noises in her walls for the majority of her life.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. So when she grows up, it's going to be not normal for her to
In the video,
be
you
quiet.
you can hear pastors speaking, talking about Christ.
The thing is, I'm already scared about religion. Like, religion scares me normally. Could you imagine your walls are trying to convert you?
We took a piece out to expose the electrical wire and the conduit to come up with a solution, he said. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does, said Peter, the director of engineering in whatever media. He says that it could happen, that it's a possibility. I'm like, I don't think so. That sounds fake as fuck, to be completely honest. From my standpoint, a normal person's point of view, that shit don't add up. And that's all I gotta say
It
on
could
the
happen.
matter.
Like Lucille Ball, you
What's
remember from I Love Lucy or whatever? She was claiming that she can hear like KGB through her fillings in her teeth. She was a fucking liar.
That's true.
But I believe this house.
It's bad enough in the winter I hear mice in the wall. I don't need to hear a fucking pastor giving me shit about Christ.
Yeah. The thing is, though, when I hear those mice started moving through our walls, I try to listen for the recipes. That's the only thing I want from them.
Nasty.
You ever try to just catch him in the kitchen cooking something?
I haven't, but I will one day.
That's because you get Men in Blacked by them. It's like, oh, pew.
There was one time where Omar and his dad were down here painting, and I went to go get something from the fridge, and I heard like a little squawk.
I forgot about that when we first moved in.
Yeah.
Like the first couple of weeks.
And I was freaking out because I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then I look under the fridge, and there's just this fuzzy thing. And I'm like, ew, I don't know what that is. So I come in here, I basically kick the fucking door down, and I give Omar's dad a heart attack. I'm like, there's a mouse under the fridge. And then he was just like taken aback because, you know, he was still pretty scared. So he set up traps. And I think like the next day, it turns out it wasn't a mouse. It was a fucking mole.
Because you described it as a mouse. You're like, it looks like a mouse, but it looks like there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm like, it looks like a mouse, but it looks ugly too. Because I didn't know moles fucking existed here. And it just had like this big ass snoot that came down like an elephant, and it had like claws, and it turned around and it didn't have a tail.
Yeah, moles are pretty gross. I'm just grossed out by
I felt kind
rodents.
of bad because it was like ugly, but in a cute way.
How did it get in the house, though?
I don't know how to get in the
Dug in
fridge.
here.
So is there still a hole back there?
Yeah, under the fridge.
Probably.
Shout out to that mole though.
Is there more to the story, or is that as far as they got? They're trying to figure out where
That was it, yeah. They're just trying to figure it out. I'd be fucking scared though. Wouldn't you if you just hear Jesus talk in the walls at midnight?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be going like crazy. Like
too.
Somebody's whispering religion into me. Like fuck.
What would you do, Alan? Your house is already haunted, but now what if you also started hearing sermons?
If I started hearing
Christian
talk radio, I'd probably think I'm crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'd be like, this is Jesus' way of punishing me for saying all that shit about him.
You know what
Coming
though?
at him and his legacy.
Last night we found out something pretty crazy about you.
About me?
Yeah.
What is
that
it?
kind of had me.
I feel like I'm pretty open with you guys. Well,
Right, but for some reason you were keeping this detail away from us, and now I think of you as subhuman.
okay.
What did we
Are
find
you
out?
You gonna expose me?
Yes,
All right.
right here on air.
Okay.
Eric told us about
Oh,
how one
God.
time
I forgot, you're right! Alan, you're a monster!
he came over to drop off food for you or something, and you were asleep, and he opened the door, and if you look at Alan's room, his bed is about the size of his room.
Okay.
He's got a big old bed.
You got a big ass bed. But you sleep not with your head up against the wall like a normal person.
I
like
sleep in the middle of my bed.
No, you sleep with your head.
Like the top of your head isn't facing a wall. The
Yeah.
top of your head you decided is facing your open door, which if you open Alan's room door, you're gonna hit the bed.
Is that true? You sleep.
Okay, fine, you sleep in the middle of your bed, but you shouldn't be sleeping with the top of your head pointing towards the door where someone could just come
where
in
the
and
demon
snatch your
come in.
fucking...
Yeah, that makes sense. It's mostly because I watch TV when I sleep, because sometimes it helps me sleep, and I'll just watch. I mean, the way my TV is right now, set up in my room, having my head facing towards the door is the only way I can see the TV.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay. You're not a monster then.
No, you're
I
still
thought that was
subhuman.
just by choice.
But also, I don't expect people to be coming into my room, like swinging the door open and hitting me in the head.
With soup, with hot soup.
Except if someone finds a mole under your fridge.
Yeah, honestly. That shit
It
creeps
doesn't
me
creep
out.
you out.
No.
To have
You don't
your
feel
head-
exposed?
No. Growing up, I always had to sleep facing the door, just so I knew, like, if someone came in to kill me, I could see it.
Right.
Like, I don't know why, but that just made me feel safer. for some
Everyone
reason.
does it that
Yeah,
way.
but now I just kind of don't care. I sleep with my feet sticking out of the blanket.
Really?
Yeah, so,
Oh, he's a madman, truly.
yeah. I
You're
don't-
honestly the bravest person I know.
And he lives by a cemetery.
Yeah,
It'll
it's great.
do that to you.
Yeah, and I've slept on a couple graves on accident, and they haven't
Come
came
at
at me
you
yet.
yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Damn.
Just because you don't mean it disrespectfully, maybe. And they can probably see
I guess, yeah.
But he keeps going. Stop! 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 Stop.
My mom used to tell me some spooky ass shit that every time you get just a random like shiver or escalofrio, if you will, that it's because someone stepped on the exact spot where you're gonna die. I'm like, fuck, where the fuck am I gonna
Whoa,
Why
die?
is your
Badass.
man fucking you up like that?
I don't know, man. That bitch was on some shit. I swear to God, dude. And obviously I know that makes no fucking sense, but I still think about that. And
That's
I'm like,
cool, though.
I wonder where I'm fin to die. And it must have a lot of foot traffic, because I've been
Shibuya.
shaking. Right?
The Shibuya crossing.
Hell yeah, dude.
I was told that you get that because someone's talking about you.
I heard that about ringing in your ear, but it has to be like your left ear.
That's because I got tinnitus.
Huh, that happens a lot to me.
Well, if it's gonna be where I'm gonna die next time I feel that, I'm gonna be like, nice.
What if you find that spot? Like you step on it and you feel the tingle.
Ew, I'm gonna throw up.
All right, that's a spooky ass story. Do you think they'll ever fix that problem, or you think they're just gonna be haunted for the next?
Yeah, you just gotta have one of them Amish houses where it's just a wooden frame.
That's the fucking
That's
truth.
it.
That's the fucking truth.
After 6 years, if they haven't fixed it, like,
It must not be that big a
Yeah.
deal anymore. Should get used to it.
They should make that into the church should have to buy that house from them if they're gonna fuck it up like that.
Well, they don't pay taxes, so I mean, why not?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Man,
You're right.
fuck the church.
They got too
let's
much money.
start our own church.
The Church of Goose.
Hell yeah.
You gotta keep up that mustache, boy.
Damn it!
It's getting stronger.
I'm stuck with this thing now.
And then Goose murders, suicides everybody with Kool-Aid.
With Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
I will go the way of Heaven's Gate and like have everyone fresh to death. when they
Hell
die.
yeah.
Hell yeah!
You could still find those shoes online.
They're like
Like
$6
they-
grand, aren't they?
What?
Because if I remember right, what I heard about them is they bought them all in bulk because they were at a discounted price.
Nice.
And as soon as Nike found out about it, they like cut production, and now those shoes are worth like $6 grand.
Well,
really work? that
Something
much?
like that. I
Since-
think, if I remember right.
since including Eric, there's a group of 5 of us. We could all just kill ourselves with the Sonic shoes.
That's gonna be our thing.
True.
Hell yeah.
But we gotta like run really fast into something.
What?
Okay.
Put the shoes on, run into like, I don't know, like one of those tree cutter things.
Oh, like a wood chipper?
Yeah, a wood chipper.
But
and
then-
the last person has to take off the shoes so they don't get fucked up.
You see, my thing is that I wanted to keep the shoes intact, but I also wanted people to know I was wearing them.
Yeah, because then how are they gonna know that you were fresh?
Okay, so what we do is we still go with the wood chipper. And the last person has to hold the ankles, so we pull the ankles out and we keep the feet and the shoes. But that also means we gotta get somebody who's down to just watch 5 people die.
5 of their friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down to like continue living. So
Oh, fuck. Our leader's leaving.
Classic cult leader moves, dude.
He did what Eric did to me with the wax strip.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say we learned from Annabelle on episode. What episode was that?
That was 50, wasn't it?
I don't know, but whatever Halloween episode. Listen to the last Spooky Bucket where we interview a funeral practitioner, and we learned a lot about what happens when you die and the people who prepare you for whatever's next. But anyway, we learned from her that you can dress however the fuck you want when you go to get cremated. So I'm putting it on the record for mine. Put me in the box, completely naked, Sonic shoes only. Cremate me in that.
Can't put white gloves on you.
Yes. 2 on my hand, 1 on my pecker.
And they're each holding a chili dog.
Chili dog in my mouth.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Like,
Well,
you know how like people like kiss the grave and stuff? Each person has to take a bite of the chili dog until it's Jam's turn to take the last bite and kiss Omar.
oh, that's sweet. Can they
I'm
have?
gonna miss you, dude.
Is there gonna be scratch and sniff? Because chili dogs is the scent that I want.
Ooh, yours is gonna be fucking Fritos, dude, because that's what your feet be smelling like sometimes.
God.
I want to go home. I'm gonna go home to those mice. I think they got something cooking for me right now. All right, who else has a story for you?
I've got one.
That wasn't hard of you, James.
Let's see if I can finish this before my phone dies. Japanese scientists create a child robot that can feel pain.
Astroboy?
I don't know of Astroboy.
Astroboy's cool, man. He shoots guns at his butt.
Is he the...
Is that little blue one? No.
He flies
That's
around
Mega
in
Man.
only his underwear and boots, right?
Yes, that's him.
That's our boy.
Oh, he's the one that has that hair. That's like
Yeah.
The Jimmy Neutron here.
Yep.
Isn't he like Mega Man? Kind of like Mega Man?
No, Mega Man was based off Astroboy.
What about Megamind? I can't even say it. Yeah, I remember Megamind.
Oh, that just looks like a pedophile's dream. Holy shit.
I love
That had
Astro Boy.
Brad Pitt in it. That was Will Ferrell and Brad Pitt.
In what?
Megamind. Yeah.
What
Y'all
the
ever
fuck?
just remember Megamind?
Dude, okay, this is gonna sound mean as fuck, but there was this girl in my freshman year math class who had like a big head, and they would, was it freshman year? Whatever year it was, they would call her Megamind.
Please. Oh. I was just going to say, please don't say they call me Mega Man.
And I was like, damn, y'all fucking bogus.
I remember when we were reading The Crucible, they would call this one larger black girl Tituba. What was her name?
Tituba.
Tituba? Yeah. They didn't have to do that, man. I swear to God.
Oh, it's a girl in your class?
It's a girl in my class.
That's me.
Dude, hold on.
Worse than Megamind.
Maybe don't put this on the podcast, but that reminds me of there's this girl called. She was cool as fuck. Don't put this on the podcast, or if you are, fucking blank the shit out of what I'm about to say.
Just one like minute long.
Yeah, that'd be funny. You should do that. They called her.
Yeah, just censor out her name and censor out what he just said.
I'm gonna just cut that. But I'm glad I know that.
She was cool as fuck. I liked her, and I gave her. Sorry to keep interrupting, but like I gave her V's number. Because I was like, I would always hype him up. I was like, man, V's this really tall, buff dude. And if you know V, he's like the fucking opposite of that. And she called him one time. He's like, hey, Mario told me you were buff and swole. Like, you want to hang out? He's like, I'm fat. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Got his fucking ass.
Damn.
Did you get him or her?
I got both of them,
Got
dude.
both of them. But she thought it was funny. So,
Okay, proceed.
Damn. I'm going to have nightmares about that now. Japanese roboticists. Just robotic with the ists at the end of it.
Robot scientist.
Yes, Japanese robot scientists have developed a suitably creepy child robot that can feel pain. This might seem like a cruel gift to give to a robot, but the researchers say it could help robots understand and empathize with their human companions.
Nope.
That's fucking creepy.
let's not make them. How about that?
The thing is that the only thing it's gonna feel is pain. So
you
all
imagine?
it's gonna understand is pain.
Could you imagine turning on a microwave and then it just starts screaming?
Maybe
Until
that's
it's done.
that hum noise. They're just going,
I don't like. Now I'm not gonna use a microwave. Thanks, Jam.
I mean, I get the reasoning behind giving them, the ability to feel pain. It's like just trying to slow down the inevitable.
But what
takeover.
if it associates pain as being a good thing?
Like they get turned on by
Like,
it?
pain is the ultimate feeling. So I want everyone to experience pain.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with that. I hope I don't live to see
Robots. Give everyone
period.
pain.
Period.
The thing is, it's scary that's its only feeling, though. You could have made it feel anything else. If you guys were going to give an emotion or feeling to a robot, what would you guys have given it other than pain?
Happiness. Because
Damn.
if we go the route that you're saying, where it wants to give everyone pain, if we give it happiness, then it wants to give everyone happiness.
Or love.
But what if we break its heart and then it learns a
But
new...
it wouldn't know.
It would just be happy that
It
you're
will only
tucking it.
experience
Who is
the
it, me?
pure love and joy that a dog can be
Give out.
capable of. Yeah.
I would give it humor. Because what would be scarier
Oh my
than seeing a
God.
robot laugh?
It's like when you ask Alexa, like, to tell you a joke, and she whips out these fucking jokes, dude. That shit makes me want to barf.
Is that
Scary.
a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell her to tell me a joke.
Watch. It'll happen to our listeners. Alexa, tell me a joke. Let me know if I got your ass.
But I guess Jimmy Fallon has like a exclusive where he tells jokes too.
But he's not funny.
And then you can be like, no, I didn't like that one, and she'll come up with one.
Got him.
Got his fucking ass.
Continue.
I want Seth Rogen to be the voice for my GPS. And I feel like the only emotion that I want a robot to feel is maybe an orgasm.
Seth Rogen giggling.
Fuck robots. Fuck yeah.
But why would you want it to experience that? It's not going to gain anything from that, right?
I don't know, I'm just...
Can robots
why the
have
fuck not?
jizzy?
Yeah, and they won't get you pregnant because they're robot jizz.
Love that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Scientists from Osaka University have developed a synthetic skin that contains sensors to subtly detect changes in pressure, whether it's a light touch or a hard punch.
Oh my gosh.
This artificial pain nervous system was then hooked up to a lifelike android robot child that was able to react to the sensation of using a variety of facial expressions. Fuck.
Why is it a child?
It's like, did you guys ever watch that episode of My Life as a Teenage Robot where she
Yes.
got like touch sensors?
Yes.
And then she found out that through fighting she can actually get hurt, but she could also experience tickling. That was a weird episode for her.
Does Genos from One Punch Man feel?
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. His whole body is like.
I hate how the
Sexy
Genos
as
is
fuck.
like so badass, but they have him like getting fucked up in every fight.
He's literally, what are they called in wrestling? Where the guys that put you over?
Oh, a jobber?
A jobber. He's a
Genos
jobber.
is a jobber to,
Yeah.
to Saitama?
Yeah.
Truer words have never been spoken.
All right, named Alfredo. Alfredo.
Let's call our boy Alfredo.
Yeah, let's call him Alfredo. I'm saying it right. I'm just trying to think if that like stands for something.
I'm sure it does.
All right. Anyway, the robot child was first revealed by Osaka University in 2011. At the time, it was just a realistic head capable of pulling a variety of expressions, such as smiling and frowning. This was made possible through a soft skin-like material covering the robot that moved using 116 different facial points. The latest project has given the boy a robot body, complete with artificial skin-covered skeleton, covered in new tactile sensors. This seems fucking weird.
Is he officially human
Is there
now?
a picture of him?
Yeah, there's a video of him reacting.
Oh,
I guess
no.
to pain.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't
Push play.
like
I guess I
that,
should have showed
dude.
you guys that first.
That gave me like acid reflux.
I hope he screams. Let's see.
No, dude.
They be taking this shit too fucking far, fam.
It's weird that his eyes look like. Oh, that's weird. The white of his eyes just freaked me out.
Because it used to be where like robotics, you could tell it was
Yeah.
fake, but this looks too real.
Do you guys know about like the uncanny valley?
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is fucking freaky.
Where he looks almost real, but you know something's completely
Yeah.
wrong.
Man,
Yeah, that's
one of these
freaky.
days you're not going to be able to distinguish robots from humans.
I thought it was gonna be cool. Like he's gonna look like Astroboy and shit.
I was hoping he would.
Not like a
This
regular
is-
boy.
Yeah, this is weird. He looks like the Ice Age baby.
Yeah, a little bit actually. Yeah.
And I fucking hate the Ice Age baby.
The aim is to make a more realistic social robot that is able to have deeper interactions with humans. This might sound like a long-term pipe dream, but it's not far out as it might seem. Japan has already rolled out robots in nursing homes, offices, and schools as a way to deal with its aging population and shrinking workforce. Some states in the US have also been experimenting with using real-life robocops to patrol streets, which I actually covered. in a
You
previous
have?
episode. Yeah, that didn't go over too well, often mixed with results. So, the theory goes to say that these robots will be able to communicate with humans more authentically and effectively. It'll give the impression that they are capable of feeling like us. However, speaking to Science News, Antonio Decimo, a neuroscientist at the University of Southern California, he was quick to point out this is not the same thing as a robot actually computing and experiencing some kind of internal experience. So if young Alfredo is gazing at you with a puppy dog eyes and a sad frown, try not to feel too bad.
So he's not human yet, but it's coming.
That's such a cruel
Yeah.
thing. I mean, I get like I said, I get the reasoning behind it, but that's such a cruel thing to make something feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you talk shit to it and it'll also feel pain?
Yeah. Would we be able to roast this thing?
Boy, if you don't get your Ice Age baby looking ass, get your I don't got any real bones looking
You're
ass.
gonna just make a dial-up tone instead of a cry.
Oh,
Can I
dude.
get a boneless human looking ass?
Damn, dude.
Can I ask you guys? Did you feel bad for that kid who was recorded crying?
No.
This was recorded like 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure that it came out that kid's real. So just ignore this little section. It was too late to re-record because it was 2 weeks ago. Hopefully you still get some sort of laugh out of it. And back to the show.
No.
I knew it was fake before it was like,
Oh, did you?
Oh, it's fake? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like a Ukrainian millionaire or something, right?
yeah,
What?
Like that.
something
I don't
like
know,
that.
but
He's like
he's
a
got-
whole ass adult.
Yeah, he's got a couple. I mean, I didn't know. I think it's the same kid that got thrown out of the school bus in front of a bunch of people, and everyone
I've
thought he
seen
was a
that.
kid.
No, that was a
No, that was
guy.
a black guy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Either way, great video of that
Dude,
one.
Yeah.
that shit cracked me up. That was one of the first videos I showed like one of my coworkers and like try to attempt to show them my humor. She found it fucking hilarious, dude. Thank God. I'd have been out of a job.
Imagine.
But yeah, I saw because that video opened up with like a woman pointing the camera to this kid and he was crying. And it was like, this is what bullying does. You're hurting this kid. Bullshit. I'm like,
I don't know anything
Seems
about it, so I
fishy
can't
about
I
this.
can't defend him or
I feel like I saw that video like first thing in the morning, and then as the day progressed, I just saw like trending on Twitter like, oh, actually a rich kid. Oh, actually a rich adult. Actually, the whole thing was fucking fake. I'm like,
how true how accurate is that?
what do you mean?
Like, is it for real fake?
It's an adult, yeah.
It's an adult? It's
yeah.
not-
There's
is
videos
it?
all over the internet of him like flashing money and like his Supreme and Gucci sweaters that are like child size.
But do you remember what's her name? What's it?
The orphan.
No, the Asian girl. She would flex on everyone.
oh, Ling Ling.
Oh.
No.
Lil Tay?
Lil Tay! Is that what it was?
I
Do
think
you
so.
guys
That
remember her?
sounds right.
She would like kick Ferraris and shit.
Yeah, because her mom was like a real estate agent, so that's how she had access to like all these bougie houses.
Yep.
Yep.
And she lost her job because of it.
But wasn't oh yeah, she did lose her job.
Yeah.
But wasn't her mom or her brother the one that was
Her
like
brother.
Her brother was the one recording her. Man, I wanted to be just like her when I grew up.
I wanted to beat her ass, dude.
I wanted to be her.
The thing
Damn.
that bothers me about that video, now knowing that it's fake, is that like a lot of people reached out to him.
a lot of
And they started a
Yeah.
GoFundMe for him.
Yeah, so now like when actual videos of actual bullied kids come out, people are gonna be like super skeptical. And that's the same thing with like with anything really. If you come out and say something happened, but then like that actor who said he got beat up in Chicago because he was gay.
Jesse Smollett.
Yeah.
Smollett.
And like
But it wasn't just because he's gay. It was because he was gay and black. So he
Right.
made it worse.
yeah,
fucking
so like
clown.
I
now
feel like
when that-
Chicago's the worst city to try to pull that off in.
Yeah.
if that actually happens to somebody, people are just gonna be like, well, did it really happen? Or are you just trying to pull it? Jamie Smollett, whatever the fuck his name is,
Yeah.
fucking scumbag.
Because there was also that one kid who was crying because they said that he was getting bullied, and a bunch of people like Rihanna reached out to him. Someone, but it was like they did a little research on him, and all his classmates were reaching out to me, and they're like, "Nah, that dude's like a fucking racist, man. He's an asshole." I don't know if you
Ooh.
remember. He's the guy who looked like the fucking hunchback from Notre Dame.
No, I don't remember that.
Let me
How
see if I
long
can
ago was
recall
that?
this.
But no, it's all over like Twitter. It's like, oh, y'all let two people finesse you or some shit like that. Let me see.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
But he's also in a car. He's in like the backseat of a car, like crying. And
yeah, I remember that because like Chris Evans was like, "Hey, I'll take you to go see like the Avengers early," and everyone was like, "Don't do that," because that kid's kind of an asshole.
this is the kid,
Yeah, that's the
Let me
kid.
see.
Jones.
I
His
remember.
mom was like, "Oh, you know, like they started a GoFundMe and all this shit."
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And it turns out like this kid's a super like he was being bullied because he's being a racist.
Oh, you could bully racists. That's cool.
And you can punch Nazis in America. If you defend a Nazi who got punched and say some shit like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't be hitting people," or freedom of speech, fuck you.
If you're an
Fuck
American,
you.
and most likely your like great grandfather or grandfather fought in like World War II, and you're defending not punching a Nazi, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Wow, we're getting really preachy here.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
sorry, I
okay
just
to-
got really mad.
It's okay to punch
Fuck
Nazis.
racist.
I got oh man, I mean. Did you guys see that thing that news anchor said about Bernie winning Vermont, comparing it to like
So, the fall of France.
Man.
Yep.
What
They're
the
lit-
fuck?
Dude, they're literally grasping at straws. They
Everyone
can't
hates
handle this shit
Bernie,
anymore.
Yeah. All right, well, we're not
Anyway.
talking about that shit. We're talking about the goddamn news. All right,
Hey, that is the fucking news. though.
the
Fuck
funny
Yeah,
news.
we don't. Yeah, we don't. I don't like to be political.
Me neither.
Well, we're gonna stay political with this next news
Oh,
story
Yeah.
because of Eric.
Nazis get punched.
A bunch of fucking
here's-
subject of this story.
Here's the headline.
Before you jump into that, I'm sorry to interrupt. One of the reasons that I wanted to start going to the gym is so I can punch a Nazi if the opportunity comes, and that's like actually one of the
man.
reasons. Also, I wanted all my kids of the future, their friends to be scared of me. That's it. Those 2 reasons.
But I want them to find comfort in me. If they don't got a mom, I'll be their fucking mom, dude.
Wholesome.
They can always come to my house. We'll have little pixitas.
Mommy less.
Someone take me to the gym so I can have a big ass back.
Mario, we'll go.
All right. Here we go. Pigeons with MAGA hats glued to their heads,
No.
released in Las Vegas.
No.
Hey,
Why do you have to ruin hats?
blame your brother, dude.
This is Eric's story.
Did you
He's sending
hear?
to us.
I don't know if you said it in the title or not, but when they were doing the cowboy hats, they were super gluing them onto their
Yes.
heads. So
These are all terrible for
These
them.
are also super glued.
Yeah.
fuck.
This
It's still kind of funny though.
like,
I mean,
it's-
you gotta
they
kill a
look
fucking
cute,
bird,
dude.
right?
They look cute as fuck, not gonna lie, but like, then knowing that it's been like super glued is fucked up.
I'd rather it be like New York Yankees hats. And while you're at it, slap some Timbs on that bitch, you know?
Yep.
Yep.
Or just bedazzled vests.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So this is a story by Anita Hassan and David K. Lee. Pigeons with tiny MAGA hats glued to their heads released in downtown Las Vegas last week in what appears to be a sarcastic statement of loyalty to President Donald Trump's and a mock protest of Nevada's coming Democratic presidential caucus. A group-
So it's art.
Yeah.
This is a
It's an art statement, yeah.
yeah. This is our very own Banksy.
A group calling itself Putin, Pigeons United to Interfere Now, claimed responsibility for the stunt. The pigeons were set loose Thursday, according to the group.
God damn.
That is goddamn art.
How do you, like, grab a hold of a fucking pigeon to super glue, like, the size of a hat on its head
They
and then
were
put the hat?
they were raised from eggs specifically for this cause.
So they were farmed.
They were farmed.
NBC affiliate KSNV spotted at least one of the pigeons still in a hat on Downtown Street Wednesday afternoon. Putin have used their pigeons to launch a one-of-a-kind aerial protest piece in response to the arrival of the 2020 Democratic presidential hopefuls, according to a group statement.
Do you guys remember the last election season where a bird landed on Bernie Sanders, like his podium during his
Yeah.
speech? I want one of these pigeons to land on it this time around.
Do you guys remember when Donald Trump had the eagle
Hell
on
yeah.
him and the eagle like attacked him? That's the most American shit ever.
Right? It's trying to tell us something. Just like the hippo who threw up on the Chiefs
No,
for the
it's
Super
Florida.
It was
Bowl.
on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't,
It
the,
wasn't
Chiefs.
the Chiefs.
So it means if you puke on it, if Fiona the hippo pukes on your team, they will win the Super Bowl.
The release date was also coordinated to serve as a gesture of support and loyalty to President Trump. 25 pigeons were released, 24 of them wearing hats, and one donning a Trump-style wig.
Now that is just
Is there a
cruel.
picture of that one? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is it right here.
That's just cruel.
Most have returned. We expect to see the rest tonight or tomorrow. While the stunt has drawn some laughs, Mariah Hillman, who runs Lofty Hopes, a Las Vegas pigeon rescue organization, called the mega stunt animal cruelty.
Is Mike Tyson involved with that? Is that why he looked so mad yesterday when he was walking to the ring during the boxing match?
True.
Because he knows that there's pigeons out there that he could be helping.
Well, that's the story there. But yeah, here's a little picture. One wearing the
Oh,
Donald Trump.
wow. It kind of looks like a little, it kind of just looks like a little bread loaf on
Yeah,
top of his
it
head.
does.
It's really cute. Please don't.
I would trust that
Super
pigeon.
glue.
I would trust that pigeon over our own president.
You're right.
Fuck.
It's like that one picture of the parakeet who's licking the delete button. Just let him lick whatever bills he wants to sign. That's how we'll get through this. But never super glue anything onto pigeons' heads. But if you do, send me a picture because that shit's funny as fuck. What would you guys super glue onto a pigeon's head?
I wouldn't. That's cruel. Just outed yourself, Doug.
I probably super glue. I probably super glue 2 pigeons together to make one mega pigeon.
I would
The
super.
ultimate pigeon.
Ultimate. Yeah, find the way to like link their intestines together, like in a human centipede.
Damn. So wait, side by side or one in front of the other?
Probably butt to butt.
Butt to
so they
butt
can
to
like
butt.
fly around, like
Yes.
like spinning around.
You're gonna create lots of mini tornadoes everywhere.
Like cat dog, except it's pigeon.
No, that's not as charming. I like that idea though. I would super glue little yellow shirts and denim overalls onto them, so then they could look like little minions.
That's nasty. I wouldn't do that. I love aminals.
But for real though, what would you super glue onto a pigeon? And you can't say other pigeon.
Those hats that have the little pinwheel.
Ah, damn.
That'll help them fly though. You're gonna make super pigeons.
Hell yeah. I'm just trying to improve their aerodynamics. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That's
Can I
science.
super
alright.
glue Mabel onto me?
Yes.
I don't know where you're gonna
Always
get from
by
that.
my side.
Did you have a different story?
Yeah, if we got time.
We got some time.
I gotta read this quick because I gotta go.
All right.
Dad slams school after leaflet tells teens to suck toes rather than have sex.
I'm for that.
Is that who's been breaking into houses and sucking on strangers' toes?
Yeah, was this in Florida? Well, let's see. A father has scolded his teenage daughter's school for promoting fetishes after she returned home with a leaflet that suggested toe sucking as an alternative to sex. Carl Lawrence from Tildesley, don't know where the fuck that is, said he was bewildered and shocked by the recommendations in the sexual health advice sheet that his 14-year-old Emma acquired from Shevington High School in Wigan. This all sounds European as fuck.
Yeah, if someone, I mean, it might work though, because if anyone sucks on my toes, they will never want to have sex with anyone ever again, because I got nasty toes.
No, you don't.
Just clean your feet, boy.
I
Yeah,
will
but
say
that's an extra
sometimes
step.
you got lint under your toenails, and I don't know how that happened.
I got big toenails. My toenails are like the hungry hippos.
Ew.
So my socks.
You don't know how badly I want to paint this man's big toenail. Because it's just such a nice, large, flat nail that I feel like a couple nice, heavy brush strokes, but he won't let me do it.
Why not?
You can do it. I never said you couldn't.
You've told me no.
Because I would take all of your nail polish to do it.
Well, on the podcast, now we better see that picture up on Facebook.
Hell
Your
yeah.
one toe painted. The leaflet titled 101 Ways to Show Someone You Love Them Without Having Sex suggested teenagers could suck toes, nibble ears, or buy their partner's underwear. Carl also learned that children younger than year 9 had been given material which was created by Spectrum Community Health, CIC. Father said, I understand children need to be made aware of the world, but should we really be promoting fetishes in year 9? I don't think so.
He's kink shaming.
True.
They already know what they
I feel like I
like.
gotta add
That's
to
freshman
that.
year, right? Year
Yeah.
9.
The first thing that stood out was suck their toes.
That is an odd one, though. Whoever wrote that likes that shit.
Hell yeah. There were some ideas I was really shocked at. I don't think they've hit the target demographic. There is no way I think a 14-year-old should be reading this. When I spoke to my daughter, I said, you do know this isn't the only way to do things. Surely they can just enjoy each other's company. They can go for walks, watch a film, go to Burger King, go to the park.
That's what we used to do. Walk to
Literally.
Burger King.
Wholesome.
Cute.
There's tons of things she can do that don't involve getting someone's big toe in her mouth. Carl urged educators to proofread this type of material in the future and think carefully about what they distribute to students.
That's funny.
Yeah, it goes on, but that's basically it.
Suck that toe after that long walk.
Ew.
Is anal still considered okay with Jesus as far as keeping your virginity?
Oh, absolutely. Mouth stuff, too.
Okay.
Mouth stuff. You can do butt stuff. You can do hand stuff. I think you just got to keep that one.
The precious hole.
Unless
The
you ride a
most
horse.
sacred hole.
If you ride horses, then
You get fucked by the horse. Right? That's where you're going with that?
according to Jesus, sure.
I remember there was like this big video on the dark web. I never watched it, but
I've seen it.
Darkweb.com.
where like a dude, I think it's a dude, gets
dude
fucked
gets
by a
fucked
horse
by the
and
horse.
he dies because of
Yeah,
it.
because it like busted up his intestines.
Damn,
I
that's
seen that shit.
crazy.
Isn't that what girls want, though?
Should have known.
Not
better.
guys.
I will
Girls
say
want
there's
to be
some
rearranged.
there's some weird dildos on the internet.
The dragon dildos?
I think
The
we've
dragon
we've
one.
talked about that.
They've got the
before.
horse one. They got like just a giant fist, and
Big
I
old
think the
tentacle.
worst one I've seen is one it's a realistic like dildo, but it's got a bunch of like the STDs, like the boils and pus coming out of it. Oh, it's fucking gross.
That's nasty. Don't they have someone with fake cum in them, too?
You can
What
put
the
like
fuck is that?
a tube in there. Some people like getting cream pied without getting pregnant, dog.
Hell yeah.
Come on,
But
man.
what is it? Is that safe?
Yeah, it's safe. It's like water-based stuff.
That
It's
kind
all
of
good.
creeps me out. Put that on the robots.
Trisha Paytas did that 100 layers of cum challenge, and she used that lube that looks like cum, and she just put it on her face, and she let it dry up in cake, and it just piled up on her face.
100 layers?
Yeah, because you remember back when that was that challenge, 100 layers or whatever? She did the 100 layers of cum.
Who did this?
Trisha Paytas.
Did you
She's
see
not worth looking
Did
up.
you see the new H3?
Yeah.
podcast? Man, she's a fucking dummy, dude. I swear.
So I wanted to add, before we close out this episode, I feel like I needed a segment in this show. Everyone's got their thing. I never had my thing, so...
I've never had a thing.
Yeah, I've never had a thing.
fuck?
What are you talking about? You want to see people's special holes? Their balloon knots?
Well, for a while, you would bring up, like, a crazy story.
Oh.
Like a personal
Oh,
story.
okay, I see what you mean.
I don't think Alan's actually had anything.
All right, Alan, we need to get you a thing, too. Well, now you got bunny wrangling. I wanted to do a new segment, and it's going to be called Badass of the Week.
I wish I had headphones to listen to that
That would
too.
have been nice.
Yep.
It wasn't that great.
All right, so here's my Badass of the Week for this week. A surfer fought off a great white shark by punching it and telling it to fuck off.
Yeah, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Punch him in the nose?
Are you supposed to also tell it to fuck off?
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
a
part of the
given.
rules.
Hell yeah.
Anytime a fist is thrown, you tell him to fuck off.
So this guy named Nick used his fist to fend off a great white shark who was attacking him while he was surfing in New Zealand. The surfer said that he fought off the shark while punching him in the eye as it was attacking him and bit him, but he just kept telling it to fuck off and he paddled away. That was it. That's my Badass of the Week.
Do you think if a girl on her period goes out to swim with a tampon in, do you think a shark could still detect that?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sharks are the greatest creatures that have ever roamed this earth. So, of course.
Okay, way to be a fucking shark stan, dude.
Well, that surfer was on his land, I suppose, or the water.
His
Didn't
turf.
have to be there.
That's why Gyo is so scary, the Junji Ito book, because it's the whole basis of the book is, what if sharks had robot legs?
True.
What if you're just at home minding your own business and a shark just trespasses on your property and just starts like riding a skateboard? Like,
Dude,
Oh, Street Shark style, dude.
that'd be fucking
Y'all
dope.
remember that?
What?
It was like the
Fuck, I
equivalent of
dated
Ninja
myself
Turtles.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Street Sharks.
Love Street Sharks.
What?
I don't know what that is, but
That's
I will say that Fire Force is badass. Goddamn.
Just think of Ninja Turtles, but they're sharks. There's only 3 of them, and they're badasses.
Pretty sure there was
Sounds
4.
cool.
Yeah, there's 4
Yeah.
of them.
Oh, there's 4 of them?
Yeah.
All right. Clearly, I don't know my battle sharks.
Street Sharks.
Sure.
That looks very familiar.
Do you
Holy
remember
shit.
this?
No, that doesn't look familiar at all. What the fuck is that?
I used to have the toys and you could like squeeze their legs and they would chomp hard as fuck.
Hell yeah. Man, they used to put anything on TV back then.
Like shark fin flippers for torpedo power.
Do you remember the song to that? I had those. I don't remember the song.
Oh my god.
Well, I was like 28 in the 90s, so
All right. And hopefully by the end of this episode, everyone also feels 28 in the 90s. I don't know what that means. But thanks for joining us.
Sometimes I wish I was like a teen growing up in the 90s. I would definitely be on like that Kurt Cobain shit. Not killing myself, but like in that scene. I'd be probably a little nastier.
But
than I
also,
am.
you'd be about 40 right now, so doesn't that kind of make up for it?
40 is the new 70.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's why I feel
TBH,
like shit
I feel
all
like
the
as a woman, I'm pretty excited to turn 30.
What?
Because I hear a lot of people talk about how during their early 20s to up till their 30 is like a tough time because you're like, you want to stay young, but you're also like not as young. And then you hit like peak woman power at 30. I'm like, hell yeah, I can't wait for that.
All right, well, we'll keep doing the show and we'll follow your journey through being a powerful woman.
Hell yeah.
Stephanie's in it for the long run because she believes that I'm gonna get. She says I'm handsome, so these are her
You are, I
words.
can confirm.
She thinks I'm gonna get even more handsome as I get older because
making
that's how
a-
men age.
Oh yeah, she's making an investment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
There
I'm
you
just
go.
like I'm balding from 2 sides of my head. I'm fat as fuck. I'm gonna look like the Blob from X.
Mario, you're going to become badass. Maybe your hair's going to fall out. You're going to be bald, but you're going to be one of those cool bald people. You
Name
know what I'm
one.
talking about? There's lots. Jeff Bezos, he's rich.
I'm gonna be optimistic and say you'll probably turn out looking like Kingpin.
There you
Keep your
go!
head up, man.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
That's badass as fuck.
Thank you.
All right.
To you all.
And thank you to our listeners for sticking this far into the show. And make sure if you haven't checked, I'm going to keep saying it. If you haven't if you haven't heard episode 69, do yourself a favor and listen to that episode. It's already out on whatever you're listening to this episode on.
It's not safe for work though.
Don't.
Please.
That shit's
do it.
gonna make you
Please,
fucking
yeah,
wet, dude.
Please do not open that episode in front of children.
It's gonna
No,
make your pussy wet. It's gonna make your dick wet. It's gonna make your pants wet.
that episode hard as fuck. Also, though, halfway through the FBI might crash through your window. So do it with caution.
Go Nikuchan.
FBI, open up. All right, thanks for listening to the Spit Bucket. My name's Omar. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at _thesharkboy.
Find me everywhere at PunkNap.
Instagram and Twitter at really_cool. O's are zeros.
Hell yeah.
Did you notice that cat, when he got broken into, he had the volume really low? You can find me on Instagram and I'll see it.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Actually, next week we're taking a week off, I think. We'll figure that out. I might cut that out.
We'll see you.
We'll see you next week at the Spit Bucket.
All those nice compliments. I don't think I'm going to kill myself tonight.
You made it through another week, Mario.
Thank you. Thank you to you guys.
Thanks for listening to the Spit Bucket. Remember, if you like the show, share it with your friends and leave a review. We'll see you next time. Unless Omar can gather the boys, then you're fricked. Okay,